It's all about sexual awareness this week. I've actually done a lot of postings about sexual awareness, the products, the supplements, the natural herbs, everything you need to take in order for you to boost your sexual relationship. So I thought it wise to come up with this so that you guys will get to understand that your health is very important. You need to pay attention to your health, especially the women. Do not joke with your health. At every point in time, make sure that your immune system is well boosted, please. We go through a lot every month, emotionally, health wise, and all the wise. You go through a lot as a woman. Endeavor to make sure you have supplements apart from the sexual awareness products. Make sure you have supplement to supplement because the food we eat most times do not have all the necessary vitamins in them, vitamins and minerals in them. So it's important to supplement. So I'm going to be looking at one of the outcomes of sexual intercourse. I call it outcome because otherwise known as sexually transmitted diseases. Or this one is a standalone. I'm going to be talking about HIV and AIDS. HIV is Human Immunodeficiency Syndrome, which causes acquired immunodeficiency syndrome AIDS. And this thing has no cure right now. There's no vaccine for it. So that is why I took it as something that I need to talk about today. And how do you contact HIV and AIDS? You contact it through one, unprotected sex. Some of you go out there, I wonder how you go out there, you get into a relationship, and before you get into the relationship, you don't think it wise, you don't think it's necessary for you to run some medical tests to determine who this person you're about to start dating is, what his medical status are. You don't care. You just dive in, you jump into it, and then that's it. The relationship have started. And if the person must have lived a reckless life, you go in there and you enjoy the music. And to take care of your health right now is not cheap. It's very, very expensive. To even get supplements is expensive. My supplements are very, very expensive. So I wonder how you would go about taking care of yourself, making sure you're healthy, your immune system is well boosted up. Then all of a sudden, you get into a relationship, and then here you are. You've messed up the whole system because you want to love, you want to keep a relationship. Please, before you get into any relationship, pay attention to the kind of person you're dating. Make sure that the necessary medical tests are done. Don't, throw caution into the air. It's very important. This also applies to the men. Don't just go about to pick up a girl and then that's it, and you don't get yourself protected. This also applies to the married women, the married men, because women are really going through a lot in marriage. Some of them will stay in the house, take care of the home, take care of the kids, make sure everything is in order at home. And then your man goes out there because he has side chicks or has side chick. He comes back with several kinds of infections, several kinds of sexually transmitted diseases, and then he passes it on to you. It's sad. It's really sad. That is why most women can't really cope with men that are wayward, that are cheaters. But then, as a woman, you need to play your part. Make sure that your immune system is well boosted and say no to a cheating husband. It's very important. If you can't cope, you get out. So now we're talking about sexual awareness. One of the deadliest diseases that sexual intercourse, one of the infections that sexual intercourse passes on to you as an individual is HIV and AIDS. And HIV and AIDS, like I said earlier on, has no cure, has no vaccine. And one of the causes of HIV and AIDS is unprotected sex. Get yourself protected, especially the men out there. You guys cheat a lot. And when you do that, make sure that you're protected. Because the woman you think is so beautiful out there, she looks so beautiful. You don't know the kind of infection that she's carrying as well. So you need to run a medical test before you get into any relationship. And if you can't do that, please get yourself protected. It's very, very important. You get yourself protected. So another way of getting or contacting HIV and AIDS is through syringes and needles. If you're using syringes or needles that has been used by someone who has been infected with HIV and AIDS, there's tendency, 100% tendency for you to also contact it. So make sure each time you have any need for you to use needles or syringes, that you use new ones that have not been touched by anybody. Very important. Then the third way of contacting HIV and AIDS is through mothers. Mothers can pass it on to their babies, their unborn babies. If a particular mother is infected with HIV and AIDS, she can actually pass it on to her baby. So, but the most important one I want to really talk about is number one, which is the unprotected sex. Please, it's very, very important before you get into any relationship that is going to be sexually active. Pay attention to these things. Hepatitis B and C is there because I don't know why people, don't really take care of their health. They don't pay attention to the person they're dating or having an affair with. It's very, very important. So we need to pay attention to these things because infections are there. A lot of them are there. Sexually transmitted diseases, a lot of them are there. So HIV and AIDS is something you need to really make sure it doesn't come to you. It's not a child's play, it's not a joke. People who go through it, if they tell you how much they spend taking care of themselves, making sure that their immune system is boosted, then you would borrow sense even if you don't have sense. You borrow one. So right now I felt it's important for me to put it out there that every man and woman that is sexually active need to make sure they are dating the right person. And it's not just about running medical tests, because you might run a medical test right now and this person is confirmed free from any of those diseases I've mentioned. And then few days or few weeks after, this person might go out there and meet another lady or another guy, and then they get into some sexual affairs, and the diseases can surface. So these things are very important. We have to be aware of what is happening around us and the kind of person you're having